Now on 4 News Now at 6, we have back-to-back weather alert days for the next week. I am tracking a long stretch of dangerously high temperatures. I'll show you how long this heat wave will last.
Many will be heading to our lakes and rivers to cool off this weekend, but there are dangers you need to know about. We break down what you need to know before getting in the water. And extracurricular activities are on the chopping block in Moses Lake. What one organization is doing to try to keep sports and theater alive. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Get ready for a week of dangerously high temperatures across the inland Northwest. That means try to limit the amount of time you spend outside and be sure to start hydrating right now. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Derek Dice has the night off. We do have team coverage for you tonight. Marissa Rio is live at the Sandifer Bridge covering river safety. Let's begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. And Chris, you have declared multiple weather alert days because of the triple-digit heat.
And it is going to be an extended stretch of hot weather starting tomorrow afternoon all the way through Friday and perhaps beyond. Excessive heat over the entire region. 4 things to know. We are going to continue to see those temperatures climb through the middle of next work week. We're under an excessive heat warning starting tomorrow afternoon and right now going all the way through Friday. We'll be in the mid-90s this weekend, which is hot enough, but then into the triple digits with record-breaking heat on the way for next week. Temperatures right now are running above average. It is hot in many locations presently in the 80s through North Idaho, but it's 92 in Spokane, 94 in Ritzville, and 96 degrees right now in Moses Lake. No triple digits on the map, but they will be there with increasing frequency as we get into the weekend and beyond. Right around the Spokane area right now, it's 89 in Deer Park, 92 in 9 Mile, and 94 degrees presently in downtown Spokane. We have some warm nights ahead where the house is not going to be cooling down much in your evening forecast. Still 89 degrees at 7 o'clock. 81 at 9, and you're going to have to wait until 11 o'clock to get down into the 70s with light winds and clear skies. It will be a beautiful evening, and we have even warmer nights ahead in the 7-day forecast. I'll be back with that in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Heat is the #1 weather-related killer in the United States. According to the EPA, about 1,300 people die from heat every year in the U.S. The CDC says the people most at risk, anyone 65 and older, people with high blood pressure, and those who work outside. One doctor at the University of Washington says staying hydrated is key to regulating your body temperature.
A lot more water than you normally would. I mean, that's the big one, right? Like, you need to help your body take care of itself, and the way that it self-regulates temperature primarily is just through sweating.
To make sure that everyone is able to escape the heat when needed, the city of Spokane is activating its cooling centers. Here's a full list of all of those places. It includes 6 of the city's libraries. And the Central Library will have extended hours from 10 in the morning until 7 at night, Saturday and Sunday. You can take a Spokane Transit bus for free to get to and from those cooling centers. With all the high temperatures, many families are going to load up the car and head to one of the many lakes or rivers in our area. And while the water may be refreshing, it is still dangerous. Marissa Rio is live from Sandifer Bridge tonight with some of the hazards under the surface of the river.
Thank you, Kirsten. The Spokane River is a treasure in our community, especially in the summer. If you take a look behind me, the water looks cool and tempting, but Spokane Fire wants to remind you of its dangers. Summer is here and the river is calling.
We just saw the temperatures. It was like the heat is raging. And like he said, we do a lot of rafting in other states and tubing stuff. So getting in the water and getting cold sounded nice.
The perfect way to beat the heat. As people flock to the water this weekend to whitewater raft, kayak, or tube, Spokane Fire wants you to be aware of the dangers.
We want people to get out and enjoy our river. We just want you guys to do it in a safe manner.
Captain Jared Cantabile says their call volume has picked up within the last couple of weeks. So for those planning to float the river,
have a buddy or some friends that you float with. Let people know where you're going to go. And then also, it's a good idea if you can, while you're driving to the spot where you're going to launch, scout the river, see some of the hazards before you get on the river.
As people launch their watercraft out onto the river today, almost all were taking the proper safety precautions, like Jack Taylor here, who says he loves going out on the water with his dad. And how do you stay safe on the river?
I wear my life jacket.
Always? And it's a good idea to follow Jack Taylor's lead. Life jackets are required for all watercraft users here in Spokane. A local who was getting ready to float the river today says he does this often. And while now is the perfect time to be in the water, there are a few things you need to look out for.
So you got to watch for rocks. This time of year, the water is a little shallow. So you have to be vigilant on when you're getting through the rapids so you're not hitting your bottom and scraping knees or your legs.
We'll share more river safety tips for families with kids tonight on 4 News Now at 6:30. Live from Sandifer Bridge, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. And again, you want to be careful if you are in any of the bodies of water this weekend. In Grant County, crews are searching for a body after a man was missing in Banks Lake near Cooley City Park. Divers are in the water, and as of now, there's no word yet if the man's body has been found. In our Fire Watch coverage tonight, families in Wenatchee can return home with fire crews downgrading all evacuation levels to level 1. Be prepared. Here's video of when the fire was still raging. The fire marshal's office says it burned about 250 acres. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department says the fire was caused by fireworks. The Moses Lake School District is grappling with a $20 million deficit. Already, the school district has laid off more than 200 people. Next on the chopping block, every extracurricular activity from theater to football. But a nonprofit is desperately trying to rally the community to fundraise enough money to keep these programs afloat. Jordan Smith has the story from Moses Lake.
The monumental impact of students being able to participate in sports and extracurricular activities isn't persuasive enough to prevent them from being cut by the Moses Lake School District. So a local group is stepping up, trying to crowdsource $2.6 million to keep students on the field, on the stage, or even in the stands next year.
Touchdowns under the lights might be a thing of the past in Moses Lake. The same goes for theater, band, or choir performances. The harsh reality of empty stands, vacant basketball courts, and deserted diamonds is reminiscent of the days of COVID, which Ryan Carpenter is fighting to prevent.
We would just hate for that to happen twice in someone's high school career, that, you know, their extracurriculars didn't happen.
Ryan's a former standout athlete in Moses Lake and the president of the Community Athletics and Activities Organization. He's fighting to do what the school district couldn't: keep these programs fully funded.
We're looking for this to be such a positive thing, get these kids out on the courts, the fields, the stages, and just allow them to enjoy, you know, their years in the school district.
The CAA is a separate entity from the school district, which shattered trust with the community amidst a $20 million shortfall. As a result, voters shot down the levies needed to keep the district afloat, unsure where their tax dollars were being spent. So Ryan and his team are trying to find the funds themselves, something they'll have to do for at least the next 2 years until the voters are presented with another levy.
If this tugs at you at all, we just ask that, you know, you donate.
So far, they've collected more than $70,000. It's progress, but a long ways from $2.6 million. He says every dollar goes straight to these programs. For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith.
Still ahead, some parents are turning to smart devices to keep track of their kids. Why Apple says AirTags aren't the best option tonight at 6:30. And a military surplus store in Sandpoint destroyed in a fire. Why the owner says this building was more than just a store to him and his family.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save your greed! I grew up in wheat country in Colton, and I know how much we need our Snake River dams. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and when I get to Congress, we'll protect those dams. They're vital for our farmers, and we're not tearing them down. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show audiences and critics are melting for.
Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. Tesla's bluesy, soulful rock sound still roaring and soaring live Thursday, July 25th. I love you. Don't miss Parmalee, contemporary country hitmakers, live Thursday, September 12th. Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 10th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or CDA.com to buy your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has a 30-gram blend of high-quality protein to feed muscles for up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure nutrition for strength and energy.
It's wildfire season. At 4 News Now, First Alert weather is more important than ever.
Bone-dry vegetation, lightning strikes, sudden winds. With conditions so volatile and so much at stake, every second counts.
Wildfire warnings to evacuation orders to the all clear. Trust the 4 News Now First Alert weather team to keep you safe.
Alerting you first.
On air, online, on the go,
and streaming for free on KXLY+. Protecting you and your family.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
A Spokane Valley athlete got first place at a state girls track meet, but not everyone was celebrating. Why? Because the winner is transgender. A state law protects her, but what about the other athletes? Watch Monday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. An investigation in North Idaho following a fire that destroyed a Sandpoint business last night.
Funny, my son called and he said it was like it's part of the family. It felt good to go home.
Well, those are the owners of Army Surplus One in Sandpoint. The business was destroyed last night in a fire. The store is on 5th Avenue and Oak Street, and according to the Bonner County Sheriff's Office, the fire started around 10:30 p.m. Thursday, quickly spreading out of control. Hunter Bertram shows us the 4th of July that turned tragic for this business.
It's where I spent most of my life for the last, well, I've worked in this surplus business for 43 years. And now it's just gone.
Just past 10 p.m. on the 4th of July, Cornell received a call.
So one of the local policemen's a personal friend, and he called me on his cell phone at 10:19 last night, and he said, we had a little fire on your store in the alleyway, but I think we've got it out, but you should come in.
Cornell questioned why come in if it was only a small fire. Minutes later, this is what that small fire became. Videos and pictures show flames ripping through this building, leaving nothing but rubble behind this morning.
Its owner, Cornell, tells me that it's a complete loss. He's only been able to salvage so far his laptop, but all of his files inside were destroyed.
So all of our merchandise, about $500,000 in merchandise, all the stuff from her recently deceased father that he'd given to her.
The merchandise is covered by insurance. Cornell's late father-in-law's personal items are not, and they're irreplaceable. In wake of this devastating loss, the Sandpoint community is rallying behind this family.
The outpouring of kindness and concern we're just stunned by it.
That's because this store was a beacon of kindness for many in Sandpoint.
He said hi to everybody that came into the shop, and he was very helpful. And you know, we get nowadays everything's so cold. You don't get that friendship.
Sandpoint Fire tells me the cause of the fire will remain under investigation until next week. The building that housed Army Surplus One was not insured, leaving Cornell and his wife, Kim, not knowing what's next. In Sandpoint, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
sad story. An excessive heat warning goes into effect tomorrow afternoon and continues all the way through Friday for the area shaded in pink. It's a heat advisory, still serious, but not quite as warm for the Northeast Mountains, North Idaho, and the Southern Panhandle, as well as the Central Panhandle and Western Montana. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Wheels Swap Meet, July 6th and 7th.
Shop Consign Furniture and Jewelry's 4th of July sale. Experience 10% off all red tags, 20% off all white tags, and 30% off all blue tags on all new furniture, custom furniture, pre-orders, and outdoor furniture.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
The DQ freezer is opening. All the Blizzard flavors of the past call it home. But which one is making a triumphant return? It's the unshareable salted caramel truffle Blizzard. Back for a limited time. Salted caramel truffles, toffee pieces, choco chunks. Yep, he's getting his own. Hurry in and get this flavor before the DQ freezer closes.
A huge part of many people's lives is debt, and it's just not something a lot of people like to talk about. A couple years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. During the healing process, I really accrued a lot more debt, and I knew I needed to find a solution. I went into BCU full of nerves and full of fear, and they helped me immensely. I realized the personal loan was the right option for me. These days, I am healthy, I have all my finances under control, and I'm a lot less stressed.
The 4th of July savings are rolling in at Findlay Downtown Toyota, making it the perfect time to get that new Toyota or a more reliable used vehicle with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan, so you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Shop Consign Furniture and Jewelry's 4th of July sale. Experience 10% off all red tags, 20% off all white tags, and 30% off all blue tags on all new furniture, custom furniture, pre-orders, and outdoor furniture.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Next ET, Jessica Simpson Unfiltered.
I like the way I look on film.
Rare interviews with the singer, actress, reality star, and mogul. It's a special ET Vault Unlocked. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tyler Perry. He's not one to hold back on just about anything. And now this Monday morning, he's live on GMA.
Are you ready to go?
It's Tyler Perry live, Monday on Good Morning America.
Well, it's time to hydrate because we are tracking extremely hot weather on the way. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker's here with me now. So how long is this heat wave expected to last?
Well, that's what's tricky about this heat wave. It is going to be a prolonged period of hot weather where we just can't escape it. And that takes a toll even on the healthiest individuals. We have declared the next week weather alert days. Saturday through Friday may even have to extend that in the next half hour. I'll be looking at your 8 to 14-day forecast for any relief. It is for the entire region for that excessive heat. Tomorrow will be the coolest day of the week. We'll start the day, or the coming week at least, 64 degrees at 6 a.m., already into the mid-70s by 9 and the mid-80s by noon. Blue skies and sunshine. There's not going to be any shortage of sunshine in the 7-day forecast, just day after day. Winds generally light, so not much of a breeze to cool you down. You'll see winds up to 7 miles per hour in the afternoon and evening when winds are typically their highest. 93 the high tomorrow. And again, that's the lowest temperature of the 7-day forecast. Our average high is 81 degrees. Morning lows, that's where things really start to get miserable when the house doesn't cool down. Nobody is sleeping well. Tomorrow morning, we'll start the day off in the 50s in Deer Park and Spirit Lake, but 60s elsewhere around the region. These temperatures are above average. Our average overnight low is in the 50s, 70 degrees for a morning low in Lewiston and 73 in Wenatchee. Even Colville and Sandpoint will be in the mid to upper 50s. Our overnight temperature trend, this white line is our average overnight low down here in the 50s. We'll be in the 60s for the next several days and even some 70s and upper 60s. But again, after daytime highs, those are going to continue to climb. The house stays hot, that does wear you out. Be gentle with yourself. Again, even if you are in fabulous shape and think you're just going to sail through this heat wave, hydrate and try to stay as cool as possible. Highs tomorrow still in the 80s for Spirit Lake, Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene, as well as Hayden. 90 degrees at Fairchild Air Force Base and Spangle, 91 in Cheney, 93 degrees in Meade. We're going to see fewer 80s on the map as things go along and more of the triple digits, where tomorrow only the Tri-Cities and Lewiston coming in the hundreds. There's going to be a lot more hundreds as we warm through this time period. Presently, it looks like our warming trend will peak at 104 on Wednesday, and then our temperatures will start to moderate a little bit, staying hot, but out of that record territory. This white line right here is our average high, but this is still a work in progress. 104 would be the warmest weather we've had in 3 years. The number of 100-degree days, we average one a year. The past 4 years, we've had more than that, including our record years, 2021, 2022, where we had 600-degree or higher days. That's the most we've ever had. We have several in the 7-day forecast. Weather alert days through the whole 7 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those highs would be new records for that day. And so this is no joke. We're taking this heat wave very seriously. Do take extra time to consider the older neighbors or older relatives you have. This can be so hard on them. And make sure you take care of yourself and your family.
Yeah, we love to go to the pool over the weekends, but it's going to be one of those things where we set timers and say, hey, everyone needs to get out. We need to go inside, have a glass of water.
Yes.
Otherwise, you forget. It's just hard to remember. All right, thank you, Chris. It is Friday. That means it's time to go on a ride on the Air 4 drone. And this week, we're giving you a bird's eye view of a somewhat hidden lake just near the Idaho-Montana border. Let's go for a ride over Revitt Lake in this Air 4 adventure. Just beautiful. Well, a local organization wants to make sure every kid has the chance to go to summer camp. We'll explain how you can sign up for one of these scholarships coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Celebrate 4th of July all month long at your local floor trader with our biggest DIY sale of the year. Stock up now for all your summertime projects. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave. Discover new Dove Whole Body Invisible Cream. A new whole body deodorant that's blissfully coconut and vanilla scented for all-day, whole body confidence. It's Dove Care, made for anywhere. Try new Dove Whole Body Deodorant.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Celebrate 4th of July all month long at your local floor trader with our biggest DIY sale of the year. Stock up now for all your summertime projects. Big box prices and small town service only at your local floor trader.
Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
Around the world, Beryl has weakened to a tropical storm after making landfall earlier today. The storm slamming into Mexico's coast as a Category 2 after spreading widespread destruction across the Caribbean. Now the storm headed toward Texas, where just weeks earlier they were dealing with a drenching tropical system. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
Beryl has weakened to a tropical storm as it now takes aim at parts of Texas after tearing through Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, battering the resort town of Tulum. Hurricane alerts blasted in Spanish as the storm roared ashore with fierce winds and dangerous storm surge. Beryl leaving a trail of destruction along the Caribbean, the cleanup just getting underway in the Cayman Islands.
Cayman Island can take, and you know what, it can manage, so it just give us what we can bear.
Other Caribbean nations also assessing the damage. 95% of homes destroyed in St. Vincent and in the Grenadines.
Red Cross teams on the ground have confirmed that Beryl's life-threatening rains and winds have severely impacted the most vulnerable populations in Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados, and Jamaica.
Texas bracing for a direct hit from Beryl. Sandbags handed out in Corpus Christi. Officials holding a news conference as that storm moves towards the state.
Everyone along the coast should be vigilant. I issued a declaration, a disaster declaration earlier today for 39 counties, and as need be, we will add counties as we get more direction on that storm. So a serious weather event is coming. We don't know exactly where. Be prepared.
Our Dan Amoranti timing out the storm's track.
It's going to be possibly a Category 2 as it makes its way towards Texas. So a lot to watch out for here with this storm. And as we mentioned, it's right over the Yucatan Peninsula right now, and it is going to be making its way across the northern portions of the Yucatan over the next few hours.
Regardless of Beryl's strength, Texas could see several feet of storm surge, flash flooding, and even hurricane-force winds. The system also bringing the threat of rip currents to the coast. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including tips to stay safe on the water this weekend.
I am always finding myself running after her quickly.
Parents, if your kids like to take off the minute you turn around, you might have started using air tags for help. What other options can better keep your kids safe? Coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for street ballers. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
It's AutoNation's celebration across the nation, bringing great savings to all at AutoNation Toyota. Shop all your favorite Toyota models with limited time savings. New inventory arriving daily. Go to AutoNation Toyota.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
It's wildfire season. At 4 News Now, First Alert weather is more important than ever.
Bone-dry vegetation, lightning strikes, sudden winds. With conditions so volatile and so much at stake, every second counts.
Wildfire warnings to evacuation orders to the all clear. Trust the 4 News Now First Alert weather team to keep you safe.
Alerting you first.
On air, online, on the go,
and streaming for free on KXOY+. Protecting you and your family.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
2 Spokane Valley athletes in a state girls track meet. There were cheers for the second place finisher, but not the first. Why? Because the winner is transgender.
There are biological differences that exist.
A state law protects her, but what about the other athletes?
The WIA has put this in place to take away that equal right for women to compete.
Why are the rules different for college sports? And how are other states trying to keep school athletics fair? Watch Monday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
With the latest looks arriving monthly, there's always something new to love at Furniture Row, like the Krisha Sleeper Sectional. Boasting luxurious comfort, several layouts, and 2 colors, the Krisha elevates any home with stylish practicality. Or dine on the Traverse City with a weathered chestnut finish and book-matched pattern. This rustic contemporary set is great for gatherings of any size. And for your bedroom, the Levita features a cool natural look with simulated live-edge cuts and a casual contemporary appeal. Find these fresh new looks and more now at Furniture Row.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
A live look tonight at Riverfront Park where families are enjoying the carnival. It's just a beautiful sight out there with the Rotary Fountain going, a lot of people enjoying it. But in just a few days, you're going to want to avoid being outside for too long. We have multiple days of extreme heat on the way. Chris, this heat is no joke.
No, we're heading into the triple digits, but it is also the extent of how long this heat is going to last. It is going to be hard to get cool. That is why we have weather alert days, a whole week's worth, and may need to extend it because there's not a whole lot of relief on the way. It is for excessive heat across the entire region starting tomorrow and through Friday. This is a look at the high temperatures for tomorrow. We will be in the 90s over much of the Spokane area, 95 in downtown, 93 in Meade, 95 in 9 Mile, 80s in North Idaho. This will likely be the last day you're going to be in the 80s in Coeur d'Alene, in Post Falls, and Hayden, Spirit Lake, likely heading into the 90s on Sunday, and then we'll see some triple digits moving into the region as well. Around the area, 98 degrees in Greg Coulee tomorrow, as well as in Moses Lake. Only a couple of spots reaching triple digits, the Tri-Cities and the Lewiston area, but we will see a lot more on the map as we get into Monday and Tuesday, and our warming trend peaks on Wednesday. 4 things to know about your weather. The warming trend will continue all the way through the middle of next work week. Excessive heat warnings are in effect for a good portion of the region. I'll show you that map later in the news. We'll be in the mid-90s in the Spokane area this weekend, and then triple digits next week, including record-breaking highs on 3 days. I'll be back with that in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. And with these high temperatures, several of you may be looking to beat the heat down by the river this weekend. Marissa Rio is live for us tonight from Sandifer Bridge. And Marissa, you spoke with Spokane Fire this afternoon about the current water conditions.
That's right, Kirsten. Spokane Fire is well aware that the river is going to be packed these coming weeks. I mean, take a look at it now. It's 6:30. The sun is still out. It's a holiday weekend. I mean, I wish I was in the river. And Spokane Fire wants us to enjoy the river, but they also want the community to stay safe. It's the start of 4th of July weekend, and what better way to spend it than at the Spokane River? You can kayak, white water raft, float, or even just take a quick swim. For safety reasons, all watercraft users are required to wear a life jacket. And if you have kids friends, it's important to remember that there are dangers that lurk beneath the surface.
This river is dangerous. There's a lot of undercurrent. Don't take these low flows for granted. I would be extremely cautious to let my kids play on the river.
As you head out to the river this weekend, Captain Cantabile also advises you to go with friends and to scout the river beforehand. Hazards that you should be looking out for are foot entrapments like rocks or debris. And Spokane Fire also advises the community to not jump off of any rocks. Again, there are hazards underneath the surface that we may not be aware of. I hope everyone stays safe out there, and happy 4th of July weekend. Live from Sanderford Bridge, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. The Extreme Team is helping people stay cool during this heat wave. Today, Mark Peterson and Robin Nance from Good Morning Northwest donated 10 box fans to Meals on Wheels. Volunteers will then give them out to homebound seniors in our community to help keep them cool and healthy for the summer. Meals on Wheels says they can always use more fans for new clients and for homes that need 2 fans. Now to a traffic alert. If you take Upriver Drive, there's a closure at Green Street that was set to be open by now, but it's been extended for construction on the North Spokane corridor. The Department of Transportation says drivers should take a detour along Freya, Euclid, Crestline, and Perry. The closure will now last through July 19th. Starting next week, expect delays on Highway 20 near Newport as crews make some repairs on a 10-mile stretch of road. Monday, crews will be working on the southbound lanes between Tacoma Creek Road and just south of Usk. Crews expect delays to last up to 15 minutes. Washington State Patrol is asking for your help finding 35-year-old Whitney Flett from Omak. She was last seen leaving her home on Monday. She's said to be driving a 2013 Dodge Avenger. The license plate number is right there on your screen, CME 2807. If you see her or you know where she may be, call 911. Well, some parents are now turning to smart devices like Apple AirTags to track their kids who are too young for smartphones. ABC's Becky Worley explains why Apple is not a big fan of this idea.
Keeping an eye on a toddler can be challenging, so moms like Brooke King are turning to Apple AirTags for some help.
Can you flip your wrist over for me? I am always finding myself running after her quickly, and so I didn't want to teach her that if she ran off, I would just run after her, and then it was okay to continue this behavior.
King's 3-year-old daughter Kella wears the tracking device as a bracelet, mostly in crowded areas.
It does help me feel more in control of the situation, and as a parent, my top priority is her safety, in addition to her ability to have some independence.
And if they were to get separated, she's able to see her exact location on her phone.
And using AirTags is easy. You just purchase one and then bring it in proximity to your phone. It automatically recognizes it, and then you give it a name. This one's called Finn's Backpack. So I can just throw it into his backpack, and now I know where he is.
Apple tells ABC News that AirTags are intended for tracking items, not people, and says to stay on top of a kid's whereabouts, an Apple Watch is ideal because of its safety features. Parenting expert Erica Suter says devices like AirTags are a good way to give children a slice of independence while also keeping an eye on them for safety.
If you have little ones, you just want to make sure that they're safe. And parents have a lot of safety concerns in this day and age.
But she says when using these devices, you also have to factor in your child's age.
If you have a teenager who hangs out with their friends or has a curfew, you have to eventually begin to trust them to follow the rules and be back home when they need to be back home. So for a lot of families, the teenage years is kind of the cutoff for something like the AirTag or monitoring their whereabouts.
And there is another option. That's the Kids Gizmo watch that is actually meant for this task, and it also is less expensive. Still, both watches are more expensive than AirTags. Still ahead, see how a teen helped stop this out-of-control boat. That's ahead on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Wheels Swap Meet, July 6th and 7th.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
It's still the best time to save as the 4th of July sale continues at More Furniture. Get incredible values for every room in your home, all on sale. The looks you love are in stock and ready for delivery, just in time for summer entertaining. Visit your local showroom or browse all 4th of July sale products online at morefurniture.com. Only at More Furniture, where everyone buys furniture for less.
It's the biggest trade-in event in America this week at both Cal locations and the Cal Auto Credit Store on Division.
This is your chance to trade in anything, and I mean anything. Boats, snowmobiles, motorbikes, trailers. Whether it runs or not, we're cleaning up America.
Making it the perfect time to upgrade your old ride to something better. Plus, delaying payments until September 1st with top dollar for your trade-ins during Cal's 4th of July Great Trade-In event.
Shopping frenzy. Next, in Sun Edition, the Mad Dash. No, it's not Black Friday. The craziest shopping spree ever. Then, the American tourist killed by a rampaging bull elephant. Watch the next in Sun Edition.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Later this evening, the Spokane Indians will be looking to make it 5 wins in a row over the Tri-City Dust Devils. And in attendance will be a baseball legend and a Washington native. Alex Crescenti is live at Avista Stadium, where he just spoke to Ron Cey a few minutes ago. Alex.
Yeah, Kirsten, there's a number of accomplishments in Ron Cey's career. That includes the 1981 World Series MVP, 6-time All-Star, but maybe most importantly, former Washington State Cougar. He played 2 years of college ball down in Pullman in 1967 and 68. But he actually grew up on the west side of the state, growing up in Tacoma and attending Mount Tahoma High School. And understandably, he doesn't get out this way too often, but he's out here this evening promoting his new book, Penguin Power, referring to his nickname he got in the major leagues, maybe the coolest nickname in all of sports. And even though he's been retired for about 35 years now, there are still plenty of people waiting to meet him when the gates open tonight, and that feeling never gets old for Ron.
You know, I think the fact that I played at Washington State certainly helped. You know, and you know, I have family and friends up here. I have a relationship with Spokane. I played here. I had a huge year here, big enough, I guess, to get me elected to be the greatest Spokane Indian in their club's history, which I think I probably had a lot of help from my relatives on that one. But yeah, it means a lot.
It's always cool when a former legend comes through these parts, but for this Spokane Indians squad, they're going to get ready to play the Tri-City Dust Devils coming up in just a few minutes, and we'll have those highlights coming up on Nightside. For now, reporting live from Avista Stadium, I'm Alex Crescenti. Kirsten, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
What a cool interview. Thanks, Alex. We'll see you soon. There's pushback against nearly 24 Chinese Olympic swimmers who failed doping tests 3 years ago, 11 of whom are now set to compete later this month in Paris. Well, now a U.S. criminal investigation is underway, with an American Olympic legend blasting the World Anti-Doping Agency. ABC's Andrew Dimbert explains.
This morning, swimming's international governing body confirms the FBI has launched an investigation into Chinese swimmers who failed doping tests but were allowed to continue competing. Some of them are now headed to the Summer Games in Paris this month. The controversy began just weeks before the Tokyo Games in 2021, when nearly 24 Chinese swimmers tested positive for a banned substance. Chinese authorities blamed food contamination at their hotel. The World Anti-Doping Agency did not challenge that explanation and allowed the athletes to compete. They went on to win 3 gold medals in Tokyo. That decision by the Anti-Doping Agency was not disclosed until April of this year, and since then, U.S. lawmakers have pushed the Justice Department to investigate the case under a federal law that allows investigations into suspected doping conspiracies, even those outside the U.S.
It is rather frustrating that over time, I never have felt like I was competing in a clean field.
At a congressional hearing last month, Michael Phelps and other Olympians criticized the World Anti-Doping Agency for inconsistently enforcing the rules.
As athletes, our faith can no longer be blindly placed in the World Anti-Doping Agency, an organization that continues to prove that it is either incapable or unwilling to enforce its policies consistently around the world.
Phelps saying if athletes aren't held accountable, the Olympics will lose credibility.
I think that's why we're here today, trying to fight for that change for the next generation.
During that hearing, lawmakers said they're willing to cut off millions in U.S. funding for the Anti-Doping Agency. In a statement, the agency denied showing any bias towards China. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Temperatures more than 10 degrees above average on Saturday, heading up to a high of 93, our first of 7 weather alert days. But that temperature is going to jump more than 10 degrees in the 7-day forecast. That's coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
We owe everything to our troops, past and present, for their honor, courage, and dedication. As a token of our appreciation, 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are encouraging you to once again wear red on Fridays.
Join us in recognizing our troops and their families for allowing us the freedom we enjoy every day as Americans. Stop into any Global branch to pick up a red pin and show your support.
And then wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Wear Red Fridays, brought to you by 4 News Now and Global Credit Union.
With savings this explosive, the extended 4th of July sale at Furniture Row is resulting in some very interesting reactions.
So that's $300 off the dining set and $800 off the sectional.
Dude. With over $500 off the bedroom and $200 off the mattress, you are saving $700 today.
Whoa! Plus, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, and 5 years, no interest. When you save this much, you'll be seeing fireworks too. But hurry, the extended 4th of July sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Embrace the magic, celebrate friendship, and share the joy at Disney's Frozen the Musical.
Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
The 4th of July savings are rolling in at Findlay Downtown Toyota, making it the perfect time to hit the open road or go camping in your new Toyota. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got hundreds of great choices to choose from. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. So if you're looking for a great deal on a new sporty ride, you can find it at Findlay.
I grew up in wheat country in Colton, and I know how much we need our Snake River dams. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and when I get to Congress, we'll protect those dams. They're vital for our farmers, and we're not tearing them down. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call, that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
This season, we've got 2 celebrity contestants in the hot seat working to win big money for charity. The most dramatic hour of 3 people sitting on stools in the history of American television.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Wednesday on ABC. 4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Well, here's some video. A little crazy here. Runaway boat in New Hampshire. The unmanned boat belonged to a nearby sailing school, and a man was in the middle of a lesson when another boat crashed into his, causing the instructor to hit the throttle and send him flying into the water. And as you see, the boat started to spiral. And right here, you see a teen jump off the back of a jet ski into the back of the boat to finally bring it to a stop. Everyone's saying yay. Give them a round of applause.
Yay, a runaway boat. See, that's why I don't get in the water or get on boats.
Well, we were saying earlier in the newsroom, everyone should have a friend with a boat. You shouldn't have to take care of the boat yourself. All of you out there who have boats, you are our friends. We would like to be your friends.
There are a lot of people with boats in this. They're probably on their boats right now and not watching the news, but I digress. That is going to be a good place to be to stay cool. Our area lakes and being on the boat because the warm-up is just getting started. Today it was 92 degrees in Spokane. 81 is our average high. You'll see we're nowhere near territory, but we're also nowhere near the peak of this warming trend. We have got a long ways to go. I want to just point out our sunrise now in the 5 o'clock hour, no longer in the 4 o'clock hour, which I appreciate. Our high temperature trend over the next 7 days, the white line is our average high down here in the lower and then eventually mid 80s. It increases a degree every 2 days right now. 93 Saturday, 96 Sunday, and then 3 days of triple-digit record-breaking heat. 100 on Thursday, still in the hundreds, but not a record. And then 89 on Friday, still well above average and still a dangerous level of heat, especially considering how many days of very hot weather we will have already been through. And it is cumulative, the effects of this heat. We have excessive heat warning all the way through Friday. Goes into effect tomorrow afternoon for the area shaded in hot pink on your screen. It's a heat advisory for the Northeast Mountains, North Idaho, not including Coeur d'Alene, and the central and southern panhandle, as well as western Montana. Just a little bit below warning criteria, but still very, very hot. And in the 8 to 14-day forecast, so we're looking out July 13th through the 19th. We are still in these dark red colors over much of the inland Northwest. Indications that there's trying to be a marine push or some cooler air and the bulk of the hottest air moving off to the east, but it's still going to be impacting us, that hot weather, through the following week. Some tips: stay indoors in air conditioning whenever possible. Seems obvious if your home doesn't have AC, and many of us don't have AC. We do have cooling centers that are opening up this weekend, as you've heard, and there's more information on KXLY.com. Stay hydrated and avoid alcohol, which has the opposite effect. Of course, check on those most vulnerable, your elderly neighbors and friends and children. And if you go outdoors early in the day, dress in light colored clothing and get those dog walks done early in the day or late at night too, because the pets do not like this heat as well. Record heat Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but generally hot for the next 7 days and very warm at night as well, including some nights where we don't even drop out of the 70s. Kirsten?
Good for us to all pay attention right now. Thank you, Chris. The Salvation Army of Spokane is making sure every child gets to create summer camp memories. They're inviting kids to have a week-long stay at Camp Gifford on Deer Lake. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez shares how your kids can have a summer adventure on a scholarship.
Camp Gifford is all about giving kids the opportunity to do things they wouldn't be able to otherwise, like rock climbing.
Less than an hour away from Spokane, Camp Gifford invites kids to swap screens for zip lines and forge new friendships.
You do is you make a lot of new friends. I've made, just from 2 weeks, I've made like over 10 friends.
Deer Lake serves as a picturesque backdrop for the week-long summer camp. The Salvation Army of Spokane is making sure every family can join in on the fun without the financial strain.
3 meals a day for 5 days. It's even a ride to Camp Gifford from our main campus in Spokane. $60 is an incredible deal, but we believe so much in the opportunity to give back to our community.
$60 is the cost for application, and according to the Salvation Army of Spokane, that's all that most families will end up paying.
We want to make sure that every kid has the opportunity to get away and to experience the outdoors, be challenged, have new social opportunities to make new friends. This is an important time.
The 5-day camp is open to kids ages 7 to 17. Camp is in session now until August August 2nd.
At the end, it's like, why do we have to leave? I don't want to leave.
Reporting in Loon Lake, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep. It's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Purple. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Are you ready? Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning. You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
Michael, George, Clara, Ginger.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Elevate your laundry experience with this 2-in-1 washer and dryer combo, which lets you complete a large load of laundry in about 2 hours without needing to transfer the load. It's one and done. In stock and on sale for only $19.99. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Wheels Swap Meet, July 6th and 7th.
President Joe Biden's team is doing their best to convince Democrats to continue to support his re-election bid. CNN's Julia Benbrook has the latest on a critical day for the president.
Speaking to a crowd in Wisconsin Friday, President Joe Biden tried to assure voters that he is ready to lead for another 4 years.
My friends, I'm in Wisconsin for one reason, because we're going to win Wisconsin again.
After a disappointing debate performance, his campaign announced what it calls an aggressive travel schedule for this month that will take him, the vice president, the first lady, and the second gentleman to every battleground state. This move follows calls from allies to ramp up campaigning and public messaging efforts.
We have to do some things to reassure the public.
Whether it's a 60 Minutes interview or something at the podium at the White House or a town hall.
But every word will be under intense scrutiny as a number of elected officials, Democratic donors, and supporters express deep concerns about Biden's age and capacity to serve a second term.
Every time he had a slip of the lip, which we all do, it was analyzed and maybe overanalyzed. That's what he can expect between now and forever.
After the Wisconsin rally, the president sat down for his first televised interview since the debate. The high-profile ABC interview with George Stephanopoulos is set to air in its entirety Friday evening as a primetime special. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
And you can watch that special report right here on ABC starting at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a very nice weekend, but hot.
Yes, stay cool. You're going to need it.